A woman at my job tried to bully me. She didn't know I wrote the playbook of being a bully. I'm not proud of who I was in high school. I need to say that first because the rest of this story only works if you understand that I know exactly what I did. I was mean. Not the quiet kind where you whisper behind someone's back. The loud kind where I walked into a room and people moved. I picked targets and took them apart slowly, and I was good at it. I knew how to find the one thing a person was insecure about and use it in front of just enough people to make it stick. I made a girl named Alma cry every day for 2 months in 9th grade because I thought it was funny. I got a boy named Ruben to eat lunch in a bathroom stall for a semester because I told everyone he smelled. I did things that still make my stomach turn. I was the worst version of a person, and I did it all with a smile. Something changed junior year. A school counselor pulled me in and showed me a letter Alma's mother had written to the school. It described what her daughter was going through at home because of what was happening at school. Alma had stopped eating. She was having nightmares. She told her mother she didn't want to be alive anymore. The counselor read me that letter and something cracked open inside me that is never fully closed. I stopped that day. I apologized to Alma in person, and she flinched when I walked up to her, and that flinch taught me more about who I had been than anything anyone ever said to me. I spent the rest of high school trying to undo damage I knew I couldn't fully undo. I went to college and studied social work. I volunteered with youth programs focused on bullying prevention. I became the person I should have been from the start. By 25, I had spent 7 years unlearning every instinct that made me dangerous. I worked at a community outreach office handling case files and coordinating with schools and families. I was patient, and I listened, and I treated everyone with the respect I should have given Alma and Ruben and every other person I hurt. Then I got transferred to a new office and met Dina. Dina had been there for 3 years and acted like she owned the place. She had 2 women who followed her around and laughed at everything she said, and she ran that office the same way I used to run a hallway. The first day I walked in, she looked me up and down and said, "Oh, you're the transfer." She said it in a tone that made the words sound like something she scraped off her shoe. I smiled and said, "Nice to meet you." She turned around and walked away. The first week she excluded me from a team lunch and said she didn't think I'd be interested. The second week she moved my things from my assigned desk to a smaller one near the storage room and told our supervisor she thought I'd have more space there. The third week she started making comments about my work in front of people. She'd say things like, "I'm surprised that's how you formatted the file," or "Interesting approach. I've never seen anyone do it that way." Always with a smile, always loud enough for others to hear, always framed as helpful so nobody could call it what it was. I recognized every single move because I invented half of them. The exclusion, the relocation, the public undermining disguised as concern, the building of a loyal group to isolate the target. Dina was running a playbook I could have written with my eyes closed at 15. The difference was, I was 15 when I did it, and Dina was 32 doing it in a professional office with a lanyard around her neck. I didn't react for the first month. I watched. I let her do everything because I needed to understand her pattern before I moved. Old me would have gone straight for the throat. New me knew the best way to dismantle someone like Dina wasn't to fight her. It was to make her irrelevant. I started with the people around her, not by talking about her. I never said a single negative word about Dina to anyone. I just started being good to the people she controlled. Her 2 friends Willa and June were not bad people. They followed Dina because she was the loudest voice and nobody had given them a reason to listen to anyone else. I started eating lunch with Willa once or twice a week. I asked about her kids and remembered what she told me. I helped June with a filing system she had been struggling with for weeks because Dina told her to figure it out herself. I stayed late to help our supervisor with a presentation and made sure the whole team got credit. I didn't try to replace Dina. I just existed as a person who was kind and consistent, and I let the contrast do the work. Within 6 weeks, Willa sat with me at lunch more than she sat with Dina. June started asking me questions instead of going to Dina. Other people started coming to my desk